Thank you for joining us. I'm Brad Claunch.
And I'm Quinn Tran.
Nearly 500,000 American children are in foster care.
There is an urgent need for more foster families.
This month is National Foster Care Month, a time to raise awareness of that need for more foster parents.
Meet a Chickasaw couple who for the past 25 years have been making a difference in the lives of children.
You take them everywhere. We take them to church, we take them to the grocery store, we take them shopping.
All of these little ones are part of a big family in Stratford, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Robert and Kathy Alberson opened up their home and their hearts to these children.
Go.
They are foster parents who took in the 6 children. Most were babies when they arrived.
Thrill of a lifetime.
And over the years, one by one, the Chickasaw couple adopted each of them. Recently, they added 2 more children, siblings who needed a foster family.
We talked about it, we prayed about it, talked about it some more, prayed some more, and thought, well, we could do this.
They've been foster parents for 25 years, caring for more than 200 children. All of them are Native American, most are Chickasaw.
I think God has placed every single child with us. It's rewarding to see that little click, just to see the little click in their little minds that this is going to be okay, or for them to sleep all night without waking up. It's not right to send children like this to a shelter. They need homes that love and care and try to make a difference in their home, in their lives.
We have several families that look at it as a ministry of what they're doing.
Jeannie Fulton is with the Chickasaw Nation's foster care and adoption program. She says the program needs more Chickasaw foster parents. More than 180 Chickasaw children are in tribal or state custody, but there are only about 50 certified Chickasaw foster families.
Someone who can help them and help them understand what's going on in their world when it's not making any sense to them. They really need someone who can just love them and be supportive of them and even supportive of their family and help them maintain those positive connections. We want to make sure that our children can maintain their connection to their culture.
Can you pump your legs? Kick out. No.
Connecting with every child they help is important to this Chickasaw couple. They believe every child should grow up happy in a safe home.
I want them to know that they are important and that they are Chickasaw, to know they've been loved and somebody's been there for them.
When I see them playing out there, I know that we've introduced them to different types of things that they can enjoy. Not just the games, but the attitude that they have about each other. It forms a bond, a very strong bond that they will carry throughout their lifetime and with each other.
Kathy says she has 2 grown children of her own who have been very supportive and feel that each child is very much a part of their family.
Developing that strong bond between a child and caregiver is why another Chickasaw family is on a mission to help more foster children.
We always said that if a child came into our home, we were going to do our best to keep that child in our home to the best of our God-given abilities to care for that child, because that common thread was they had been bounced around. I mean, children as young as 8 months old had been in 5 and 6 different placements, some many more than that.
Greg Harkins and his wife have been foster parents for more than 5 years in Warr Acres, Oklahoma. Many of the foster children in their care they've now adopted. They have a diverse group of kids, including Chickasaw and Native American children. Recently, they started a nonprofit foundation called Anna's House. It's a foundation named after this little girl. Anna was born premature, clinging to life with no parents to love her. The Harkins family were called to spend some time with her in the hospital, and miraculously, the baby girl survived. Today, she is 4 years old and part of the Harkins family. The couple says that Anna's House Foundation helps recruit more foster parents, and the focus is on infants and toddlers in need.
If we can provide an environment today where infants and toddlers in the foster care system can be connected with a committed, long-term caregiver, that bond that they develop with that caregiver, even if 2 or 3 years down the road they are reunited with their biological family, the bonding that they've developed there will allow them to form healthy attachment bonds far into the rest of their lives. And it is our dream and our hope that 15, 20 years in the future, Oklahoma has a generation of foster children that can grow up to be healthy adults because of the love and commitment that Anna's House families give to them in their very earliest days.
The multi-purpose building should be right around in this area, and this little flat clearing area. The homes will stretch from where we came in all the way around in kind of a U shape.
Anna's House Foundation is planning to build a ranch in Luther, Oklahoma for foster families and children. The 9 acres of donated land will transform into a haven for foster children that includes housing and recreational activities for them and their families.
To know that they are being cared for, that they're safe, someone is advocating for them and looking out for them and giving them a safe and stable home until they're reunited with their family or until they're adopted.
The mission of Anna's House is getting support from churches, community leaders, and even a Hollywood actor.
Mark Harmon, you know him from television shows like NCIS and West Wing. He does his annual Celebrity Weekend in May, hosting a baseball game and bowling night in Bricktown, all to raise money for local charities.
The Celebrity Baseball Game is on Saturday afternoon, May 14th. It's the 11th annual event.
The charities that will benefit from that event are Anna's House Foundation, the Oklahoma City Indian Clinic, and Ronald McDonald House.
If you're Chickasaw and you want to learn more about how you can become a foster parent to Chickasaw children, visit www.chickasaw.net.
Crews are busy installing storm shelters this time of year. Tornadoes can happen at any time. They're most prevalent during the spring. Under the leadership of Governor Bill Anatubby, the Chickasaw Nation started a storm shelter program as a result of the deadly May 3rd tornadoes back in 1999.
He told me at that time that, it's one thing to have your own home and, we want people to feel safe in their home and comfortable in their home, but he said there's something that that needs to be done about a peace of mind. And he said it was his belief that a storm shelter gives families that peace of mind that they're safe in their home. And particularly in this area that we're in, obviously everyone knows it as Tornado Alley.
The Division of Housing helps with the storm shelter program. Over the past decade, about 1,800 shelters have been installed for Chickasaw citizens.
The requirements vary.
During severe weather, Chickasaw citizens and other Oklahomans may follow the latest on storm coverage by listening to KCNP. KCNP covers central and southeastern Oklahoma.
But we are very, very, very local in our focus, all the way down to city blocks. We have the software available to do that and the partnerships with some of the state agencies so that we're able to tell people, if they're listening on their radio, this storm is going to be 2 miles from you.
Get the latest on storm warnings on KCNP. Tune in to 89.5 FM on the radio or go online at www.kcnpradio.org. A Chickasaw elder receives a special honor this spring.
Mrs. Juanita Tate is now part of the Historians Hall of Fame, an honor by the Oklahoma Historical Society.
Okay, I can't part with this typewriter. This is almost as old as I am.
Juanita Tate is 100 years old. What has kept her young is her passion for history.
I cannot remember any time since I was 8 years old that I have not loved to read and write.
This Chickasaw elder comes from an extraordinary family of Chickasaw leaders.
I wrote a book about my great-great-grandfather, Edmund Pickens, simply because of his background.
Edmund Pickens was the first elected Chickasaw chief. In 2008, Juanita Tate wrote this book about the life and times of Edmund Pickens.
She spent a great deal of research all over the United States to get information about Edmund Pickens.
Her son, Charles Tate, treasures the book. It's a valuable family resource, tracing their Chickasaw and Scottish family roots.
We're a direct line descendant of him. My mother's grandmother, Juanita Tate Keel, was one of Edmund's daughters.
Portraits of Edmund Pickens and another Chickasaw leader hang in Juanita Tate's living room.
All right, this is Cyrus Harris here. This is a painting that Mother did.
Cyrus Harris is Juanita's great-great-grandfather on her mother's side.
He was the first Chickasaw governor elected in 1856. He was a great leader in the Chickasaw Nation through a very, very difficult period before and after the Civil War. We're looking back 150 years for both of these men, and a lot of things have happened, but they helped to lay the groundwork for what we are today. Mother has reminded us from the time we were little kids of our heritage and to be very proud of it. So we knew early on about our family, and as we grew older, we learned more details.
Juanita Tate has spent decades digging for details, researching, writing, and typing them down on paper.
I miss typing. I have typed since until recently when my vision began to fail. I can't read these any longer.
She hasn't stopped, though, telling her family history.
My father's people and my mother's people both had been leaders, and they had taught us to be proud of our ancestry. I have passed my family history on down to my children and grandchildren, and as far anybody who will listen.
Her work as an author and artist is important not only to Chickasaws, also Oklahoma's history. The Oklahoma Historical Society inducted her into the Historians Hall of Fame, honoring her determination to keep history alive.
She's worked very, very hard to preserve the histories of our family and really of many other families in the Chickasaw Nation, because in the process of researching your own people, you find out others in the tribe who have accomplished many things, and you gather information about that too. So we're very happy to see her get this award, and because others recognize, particularly in the Historical Society, recognize the achievements that she's made and the contribution that she's made for protecting and preserving history.
She's a remarkable Chickasaw elder, extremely talented, a talented writer, painter, and of course, historian.
Well, congratulations to her on this latest honor.
And we thank you very much for joining us for this edition of CNTV.
We'll see you next time.